I will have myself set up so that you can figure your stuff out eventually.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Tressa's Collectibles gameplay video. My name is Mike, and joining me today is
Simu, also known as Chairman.
And starting off our Macross Delta Premium Booster content block, for our first gameplay video, we are of course going to be featuring the deck profile alongside another cool Macross build. So on my end, if you guys have checked out the deck profile already, this might not seem as confusing, but for those that have not checked out the deck profile, what is going on our board here? So we are playing the very famous Fly Walker event package deck, which basically allows all of our Climaxes with the Super Dimension Venus continuous effect to be treated as the same name as all other of the same Venus Link Climaxes in Waiting Room, essentially saying you can play multiple Climax combos on the same turn. We do need to put in 2 of these events into our memory first. They are just 1/1 events that send themselves to memory, but once we do, we have access to our full arsenal, and we have a lot of Climax combo characters alongside a bunch of different effects based off of which effect they have. So we have the level 1, I can't read her name, Kaname. It's too shiny, I don't know the show. 1/0 Kaname, whose Climax combo is originally with the
Axia,
yeah. This one, on attack, we can summon a cost 0 or lower character from our waiting room. The idea is that we can either summon more copies of ourselves, or in this particular deck, we can summon the 2/0 Mikumo. And the 2/0 Mikumo is a beater that says at the start of Encore Step, if Forbidden Borderline, otherwise known as Ikenai Borderline, is in our Climax area, we can sacrifice the Climax to salvage 2 characters. And since all of our Climaxes are treated as the same name, as long as we have 1 copy of Forbidden Borderline in our Climax, in our waiting room, any of these other Climaxes are also treated as that name, allowing us to +1, +2, +3, +4, as long as we do have 2 copies of Fly Walker in our memory. Our finisher line consists of, mainly for this particular build, the level 3 Freya, that combos also with Forbidden Borderline. On play heal, Climax combo on attack, pay 1, discard 1, and we can mocha our opponent 3 cards, so look at up to the top 3 cards of their deck, choose up to 3 to send to the waiting room, and put the rest back on top. But because we do have access to all the other Climax combo options in the set with the Super Dimensional Venus, we can also play some other Climax combos as well, so we are splashing a copy of the Hayate Freya finisher just for a bit of flexibility in our offensive line. And finally, because we do have to run 6 different Climaxes for the effect of this level 0 Reina, which is kind of the engine that keeps the deck going. That's why we're playing so many different Climaxes. That's why we're playing 2 empty doors and technically an empty standby, but the empty standby also does combo technically with this level 0 that allows us to filter a little bit, but is otherwise a back row encore giver. Yeah. We'll see how this deck operates. It's definitely a very unique deck, so much so that we are going to be featuring it twice in this block, just to see how it stands, how it holds up against various deck states. But that's the very long and short summary of this deck. It's a lot to get. What do we have there, Mr. Normal Weiss Schwarz deck, Simu?
I haven't sat across from something that long on any of these videos. Holy, it was like listening to
I did my best. I would give myself a 6 out of 10 for that explanation.
That was really concise, and it was also a lecture. So on my end, definitely a lot more simpler, a lot less stuff going on. I'm actually playing 2 of the Climaxes on my side of the board. I'm playing Axia, and I'm also playing the level 1 Kaname combo. Without the Mikumo to summon out, we're going to be summoning out her friend, Messer, which is a 2/0. Can also be played at level 1. His early play condition requires a copy of him in level. So whether I do that or not, I don't know quite yet. I haven't figured that out, but you can summon it out with the Kaname regardless of whether or not he's in level or not. And then if the Kaname is on board, or is it any Kaname? Specifically, if this Kaname is on board, during your turn, Messer gets plus 3k power, and when it reverses a battle opponent, it can send itself to memory and then comes back the following turn. So basically a time machine, it's like a +1 on the final attack. and then comes back, swings for 9k again. Pretty good. And then our level 3, we are playing the Love Halation the War, Koi Halation the War, which Mike is playing, but he's not playing the Mikumo that combos with it. I will be playing the Mikumo. This Mikumo on play, discard a card to heal to stock, and the Mikumo gets plus 1500 power. And then Climax combo, on attack, Mikumo can choose one of my characters, and then if that character's next instance of damage, or if that, whenever that character's instance of damage gets cancelled, deal that same, once per turn, deal that same amount again. So in this deck, it's basically just going to be the swing, but if you play this with, let's say, the Hayate, and then you do the Hayate for a burn 2, if the burn 2 gets cancelled, then you burn 2. And then if the swing gets cancelled, then you burn equal to the swing. So there's a lot of like interesting things you can do with this card and that build, although we won't be featuring that in this particular build.
But why are we playing such a cheap finisher, Simu?
Right, so so this deck looks really simple and straightforward. That's because we are loading up on Yami Machina, my favorite card in this entire set. Yami Machina on play, I get to randomly choose a card from my opponent's hand and send it to memory until the end of their turn. So basically, I play a bunch of these Yami Machinas on my turn, rip a bunch of cards out of Mike's hand, and then he doesn't get to play with those cards until the end of his next turn, at which case, you know, he just has like the weakest turn of all time, you know, at level 3 or something, and then on my swing back turn, you know, with whatever board I have, I get to just clobber him. Yami Machina has 2 soul, by the way, so like if I just play 3 of these and go 2/2/2, that's like pretty good. I hit you to 3 and good luck.
Yeah, it's probably for most of our viewers, it's going to be the first instance that they've ever seen disruption of this magnitude in any Weiss Schwarz set. This is a effect that has only previously been printed in Kobayashi's Dragon Maid on a 2/1, but this is a 1/1, meaning you do have access to it 1 level earlier, and it also has 2 souls, so it's significantly better, but also, more importantly, it is in a new standard that just has a lot better cards than you know, Dragon Maid that came out a couple years ago. So we're going to see if his idea of having really cheap, efficient, but not really damaging finishers alongside this super hand disruption strategy can disrupt my setup, which really needs specific cards in hand. So I am kind of worried. But before we get there, I kind of do need to see, I do think the big thing with the Link Macross deck is to get the events in memory and have a smooth early game. If you don't get a smooth early game, things can potentially go wrong real quick. So we're going to see if we can survive the first two turns, basically. Alright.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how your deck performs. Yeah. I feel like every time I play against this Macross deck, even playing against it, I'm always in for a treat. Yeah. Just watching those.
Someone's going to be having a good time.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah. As you guys have seen, there is no playmat, unfortunately, for Macross since it is a premium booster, and we also don't have Macross specific for second, so we're just going to do the good old shield goes.
Right, I'll be going first. And we're going to open up with a opening of 5. Oh my! Okay, already some really good cards in this opening. Really love to see this girl specifically. Oh wow, this is actually like really good. I think because our opening hand is so good, I think I can afford to mulligan a little bit greedy. I usually wouldn't mulligan this Kaname Fukujiro, but the opening hand is super strong, so I'm going to mulligan this alongside a level 3 Mikumu. So I'll discard 2 cards.
And on my end, I'm going to pitch Freya and the Bouncer.
Okay. Alright. Alright, shall we begin?
Yeah.
Alright, draw for
That's Weiss Schwarz.
That's Weiss Schwarz. Oh, wow. Okay, this is so far so great. I'm going to start off with clocking a Mikumo level 3. Don't need that until way later. Okay, interesting. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and play the level 0 Ultimate Songstress Mysterious Venus Mikumo. This is probably the best card in the set.
Definitely a premium level 0.
In terms of just like a standalone powerhouse. So this card cannot side attack, but if all my characters are 2k, if all my characters are music or pilot, this card gets plus 2k power cross turn. So it's always a 3/5. And then at the start of the opponent's back phase, if all my characters are music or pilot, I can mill the top card of my deck. If it's a level 2 or lower character, this card can bounce back to hand when it gets front attacked. So she's just not going to die.
Unless you mill.
Unless I miss.
Unless you miss, yeah.
Unless I miss. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go for direct attack here for 2 damage. Trigger for 2 damage.
Okay. 1, 2. Draw for turn. Let's clock this to, actually, I want to clock the 3/2 Freya Hate. The 2/0 Mikumo is a card we want in the waiting room, but I do want to keep my options open in case we're not going to go for the Link just yet. And we do have a pretty good opener that we started with, so just like Simu, we are going to open with a Mikumo of our own, but alongside that, we are playing one of our 3/5 Freyas. She has 2,000 extra or 15 extra power as long as we have 2 or less stock, and she is a chaser. And I think that's good for our end. And let me think about which in case he whiffs, I want to see which one I want to attack with. I think the Mikumo probably has a higher chance of living just by milling, but at the same time I do have a good number of whiffs left in my deck. Can he kill a 3/5 chaser? I'm gonna actually see if this will work. And this only really matters if you with the mill. But we'll stick with this and go into attack phase.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and activate the effect. Mill.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Direct attack for 2.
1, 2. Take the 2.
Okay, now I want to think if I want to minus. Because this Freya can also potentially give me advantage. And
Mikumo.
Mikumo. It's not Yukumo, it's Mikumo. And honestly speaking, I kind of don't really care about what my opponent's doing as long as I get my advantage. So that is also something to consider.
If you're thinking about siding, that can't side.
That can't side. Okay, front. Ah, she has a downside after all. Giri giri ai. Ikenai side attack. Your move. No, I definitely played myself.
Draw for turn.
See, this is a learning channel. I just learned something. I hope you guys did too.
We're gonna clock the master and draw 2. Holy.
It's winter time, but I'm heating up.
That was so funny. Alright, Alright, so let's go ahead and play 2 copies of Mikumo.
Oh, what the heck?
And our last attacker is going to be this Music is Mystery Mikumo, which is a Riki.
Sure.
So I'll go and pay 1 and put 1 music character or pilot from my waiting room to the bottom of my clock. Go ahead and put a Mikumo to the bottom of my clock. And I'll search for a level 1 or lower. Now, this is actually going to be kind of hard because... So, the way this deck works is I want 1 copy of the 1/0 Kaname and a bunch of others in the waiting room. I have neither. So
we want some mill.
I
right?
kind of want some mill. However, I also don't have a Kaname in hand. So, like, how do I get mill and a Kaname in hand, and which one should I prioritize? So I think, based off my hand, because I have this card, I'm going to go ahead and search the Kaname. And hope that my Mikumos mill another Kaname, because I already have a Messer. So the final summon off of the Kaname is going to be fine. I just want to get another 1/0 Kaname into the waiting room. I will also say that if you cannot kill my Mikumos and side attack them and they stay on board, then like I could just summon once and it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, a plus is a plus.
A plus is a plus is a plus. So speaking of pluses, you are going to get a plus because
how very generous.
That chaser is going to chase in front of the Mikumo unless you want to let me front attack.
You sure you don't want to side attack? By 35?
You know, involuntarily.
Maybe if we both agree, we can ignore that line of text.
I pretend I do not see it.
Pretend I do not see it.
Pretend Randall does not see it.
Shoot, go away, who? Alright.
Alright.
I believe that this is fine for this turn.
Alright,
So Alright.
I'll move here.
Alright, she can't side, but she can direct, so I'll go ahead and direct for 1, 2, 2 damage.
Oh gosh.
Direct for 1, 2, 3 damage.
Cancel.
Alright, and I'll side attack here. She can side for 1 damage.
Okay, let's go.
And I'll pass turn to you.
Damage roll. Interesting. Alright, let me think. We have options here. The first thing that I'm thinking of is I need to get a brainstorm into my hand sooner rather than later. And we do have a couple of options to do that. I know I have a brainstorm that I triggered. Or we could Ricky for it. But I think a pretty simple line here is probably just to not do anything and just reverse or apply pressure to his guys. I am only out one, so my deck is not super bad here. Okay, so let's clock this level 0 and we'll level... I don't think it matters here, but we'll level yellow first to draw 2. Okay. Next, let's see. I will play our own level 0 Riki on play, pay 1, and choose a character and clock it from waiting room. Let's see. Yeah, let's just clock that. Search. Okay, we're gonna grab a level 1 Kaname here. Saying search target, that's what you did. Got a tap. Okay. Next, we're gonna play 1 copy of Fly Walker to pay out this brainstorm, and I'll activate its effect to just go to memory. Doesn't do anything else for now, but our goal is to get 2 copies of that into memory, and then that's where our engine really gets started. But for the time being, we're just going to play our 2-0 Mikumo, which has an early play effect as long as we have either 5 or less cards in deck or 2 or less Climaxes in waiting room. We do have 1 Climax in waiting room. We'll place things like that. Our Freya is back to 3-5 since we have 2 or less stock. And let's play 1k1 Forbidden Borderline, which does combo with the 2-0. And I'm going to go into attack step.
Okay, so attack step, both of these activate. I'll go ahead and mill for this one first. That one does hit, so this one will be able to bounce back. Yeah, I'll go ahead and mill for this one as well. That one also does hit.
Cool, so both of those have the option to bounce back. This one I do need to front because I need to activate her Climax combo, which requires an empty lane or a reverse lane. So we'll go ahead and declare front here.
That's the Climax combo?
Yeah, right? Forbidden Borderline.
Did you want to attack with that one first?
Doesn't matter. Wait, am I missing something?
Does it not send the Climax?
Encore step.
It's Encore step.
Oh, it's Encore step.
Yeah, beginning of Encore step.
Okay, I see. So you're fine attacking here? Okay,
Yeah.
I will bounce this one back.
Okay, so trigger.
Okay.
For 3.
1, 2, cancel.
Okay, next we'll side here with the logic that since he is going to have that stick around anyways, because he can bounce back if I front, I'm going to leave it on the board so that he has less options to choose from next turn. So we'll side for 2.
All right, 1 and 2. Take 2. Oh, okay. So now that I have a messer, or now that I have 2 messers going to a waiting room, I can think about the option of leveling one to get the early play condition. Although I don't have a messer in hand, so I feel like that's not going to be too relevant. So I want to keep the soul trigger in the deck, so I'm going to go ahead and level another yellow instead.
Sounds good. Okay, finally we'll front with our Mikumo for choice. And in this deck, stock is a premium, so generally speaking, when I trigger a choice, I 99% of the time will just send it to stock. Hand is going to come pretty easily once I get my link package set up, so here, it doesn't really matter, but I'll just send one of my finishers here. We're going to pay out that stock next turn anyway, so
Right.
we'll get 1 stock
So
here
for 2
for
damage?
2.
1, cancel.
Okay, at the beginning of our Encore step, we can activate Climax combo, send the Climax to Wait Room, and salvage 2 characters. Here is where we're going to salvage the Brainstorm that we paid out with the event, and we get to salvage something else. For the sake of just prepping for our next turns, I think... Let's see... We're going to grab a copy of the 2-1 Bouncer, just to have in our back pocket once we hit level 2. Because there's nothing else really here that I super care about, so... Okay, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, my turn. I'll stand and draw. Alright, okay, we're going to go ahead and clock this. That's good. I need red right now, and I just need red right now. I draw 2. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, I have some ideas. So while I reorganize my hand, Mike, how many cards do you have in your hand?
6.
6 cards.
6 cards in hand.
Okay.
Oh, is he going already?
I wonder. So I basically have the option to play this pretty normally. And just, you know, play like a Kaname combo off. Like try to get another Kaname in the waiting room and stuff like that. Or I could try to rip 2 cards, and then if you can't fly Walkyrie the next turn, don't you just like lose? I feel like it would be really hard for you to play.
What 2 cards would I hate to lose here? Probably.
If you can't.
I would hate to lose these 2. I think if I lose those 2, I might be in trouble. But I probably still have some else. It depends on what I draw.
I really feel
very spicy.
I really feel like if I make you lose 2 cards here, it'll be hard. Like I don't think it'll be like game determinatively breaking unless, you know, I hit like the 2 best cards in your hand. But I do think I want to see that deck squirm a bit, and that's kind of like the goal of this deck, is to kind of make it squirm.
I can appreciate that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play 2 copies of Music is the Sphere.
Oh, do you want to play one at a time just to see what you rip, or are you always ripping?
No,
2?
I'm just gonna rip 2.
All right.
I feel like this card one at a time is just not as good. Like I
Sounds
feel like
good.
you want to rip, like the turn that you rip, you want to rip as many as you can, and then just like, you know. So
sounds good. Okay, I don't think we've ever done this on the channel before.
Do you have dice?
right there.
6-sided, or like a any.
D6.
Oh, D6, perfect. Yeah, this, you know.
We're gonna Yu-Gi-Oh hand rip here.
Yeah, and like in Yu-Gi-Oh and other card games, the more like polite or gentleman's agreement to hand rip is always with dice. In Shadowverse, we use dice as well.
All right, this is channel first.
Channel
we have dice on the channel now.
Oh, so exciting.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
First roll. 6. Rip this one.
It's in memory.
It's in memory.
Wait, it's in memory. Congrats, you played yourself.
Well, you're gonna have to play that eventually.
I will next turn.
It's not.
Well, the turn
Afterwards. Okay. Alright, it's okay. I just hit your brainstorm here. It's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is a reroll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one.
Wait, my climax.
Alright, no, we take some. We win some and we lose some.
Okay. That was the thing that happened. Okay, well, what's next? Just push some front row or what?
No, I have a economy.
Oh, okay.
And we have a messer. So we're gonna be able to at least combo 1 roll.
Sure.
On lane here. And I believe I actually want to push with this as well because it's 2 soul. So
right.
I think we're gonna go ahead and attack with 1 Yami Machina, attack with 1 messer, and attack with 1 economy here.
Okay.
Oh, I love Weiss Schwarz. Alright, and then powers is just all base, all time.
Correct, all base.
Alright, yeah. I think this is just gonna be fine here. Alright, let's go. Let's start front attack here. On attack, if I have I just choose 1, so summon it out, and I can only attack 3 times this turn.
Yep.
Because otherwise, I could do really degenerate
otherwise,
things.
you can attack with Kaname, summon a 2-0, attack with a 2-0, goes to memory,
Attack
second
with
Kaname summons another one.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so 2, trigger 4, 2 damage.
1, 2, yep.
Alright, let's go ahead and attack with the messer next. For 1, 2, trigger 4, 2 damage.
2 is good.
Alright, and then on reverse, I will go ahead and use the messer. Send yourself to memory.
Everyone's going to memory.
And then front here is for 1, 2, 3, trigger 4, 3.
Okay, cancel this one. Nice!
Oh, okay.
Alright, so we just need to find another climax. It should be doable. Draw for turn. Well, we only have 5 cards right now, so I kind of want more cards. We're gonna clock this 2-1 that I salvaged last turn, and hopefully we can find a climax.
So if you drew an event, now that you already have 2 events in memory, you can't just play the third event.
I can
just
just play it, and that is what I'm going to do. First of all, I can't play it if I don't have a character, so we'll just plop down the brainstorm, and then I'll use the 1/1 event, which is now a 1/0 because I have 2 events in memory. It minus this 1 cost, and I will activate its second effect, where I can just draw 1 card. Okay. Next, I will play this Freya and Mikumo. Activate its first on-play effect, where I can pay 1 and discard a character to look at up to the top 3 cards of my deck and add up to 1 card there. And I'll add...
Any card, right?
Any card, yeah. Okay. Alive. Forbidden, Borderline, Axia, Forbidden. Okay. I will add this card and get rid of these.
Okay. An event and a...
Yeah. And she has a second effect where I can pitch a card in my hand on play to salvage a copy of Flywalker. Finally, we're going to use the first effect of our Reina Brainstorm. Pay 1, rest yourself. If I have 6 or more cards in deck, I mill down to 5. And if there are 3 or less climaxes with different names in my waiting room, she sends herself to clock. However, if there are 4 or more climaxes here, then at the start of my encore step, I can refresh my refresh basically. I send all my waiting room back into my deck. Basically, I get to avoid refresh penalty. So we do have 4 different unique names here. We have Axia, Love Halation, Forbidden, and Alive. Yeah, so we're good on that. And since we have so generously gotten 2 events, we have now unlocked the full power of the Super Dimension Venus package. All of our climaxes are treated as all of our other climaxes now. So we'll play a 1k1. Front attack, climax combo with Axia. I get to summon a cost 0 for my waiting room, and this triggers for 3.
Before you triggered,
sorry.
How big is your...
Well, you gotta start with attack phase.
Oh, shoot. Start with attack phase. Yeah, so I'm counting right now.
Yeah, might be.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, no, 15. 15, 3 and 15. I feel like I don't really want to mill. I'll pass on the mill. How big is your Kaname?
Kaname is 7.
7k. So if I double counter, I'm bigger. That doesn't seem that worth it. But if I don't double counter, I lose this girl. I mean, that seems fine too. I don't think I care. Excuse me. Yeah, that's fine. For 3?
Yep.
1, 2, and 3. Take 3.
Okay. Front, climax combo with
Direct.
Direct. Side.
Right?
She can side. Climax combo with Axia. I'll summon a copy of 2/0 Mikumo, and this triggers for 3.
Alright. 1, cancel.
Okay.
Oh, shit, I milled.
Finally, I will front attack option.
Oh, no, I'm good.
No, okay. Climax combo. This is my favorite part. Climax combo with...
Well, not yet.
Not yet.
This is not my favorite part. Front attack
Yeah.
for 2.
Alright. 1 and 2. Take the 2.
Now it's my favorite part.
Now it's your favorite part.
Taking out climaxes from my waiting room just to show. So this combos with Forbidden Borderline, where I sacrifice the climax I have to salvage 2. So here, in preparation for my next turn, I know I'm getting back the event and the climax. So I'm going to salvage another copy of 1/0 Kaname, so we can do the same thing again next turn. Plus, I will grab a copy of the 2/1 Reina. She is a level assist, but also allows me to convert some extra board spaces into stock. And that will be it for the Climax combo, and then the effect of the Reign of Brainstorm activates also at the start of Encore Step, so these two do activate at the same time, but the synergy here is that I can sacrifice the Climax I have in my Climax area, send it back to the waiting room, and then she allows me to refresh immediately.
And by refreshing here, you do not have to take the refresh.
Correct, because this is not by the game process of running out of cards in deck, this is just by the character's effect.
So how many Climaxes are you going back?
Should be 7.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 is showing in waiting room.
I see. Okay.
Alright, so for the most part, we've gotten through our first deck fairly well, I think. There you are.
Alright, I'll tap.
Okay, and that's it, and I get these back now?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And then how many cards in your hand after you got those back?
6.
Okay.
Back to 6.
Back to 6. Alright.
Okay, your go.
Start my draw step. Messer comes flying back, and I'll draw for turn. Alright, well here I do not want to clock because I'm at 1/6. And I think if I just brainstorm here and then attack 3 times, I'll be able to get out this pretty nicely. Now, I think a little bit of an anti-synergy that this build has that your build doesn't have is the fact that Messer comes back, which is honestly not great because like Kaname summons the empty slots, and if Messer keeps coming back, it just means my future Kaname combos are like a diminishing returns.
Kind of means that your floor is a lot higher, because if you don't draw a Climax, you're still plussing every turn.
Right.
But if you do have the Climax combo, it doesn't feel as good anymore.
It doesn't feel as good, yeah. So I'm not like, it doesn't help me to continue growing like my lead right now. So I do have a Climax, and I'm just trying to figure out like, do I like ditch the Climax to a different effect, or do I just play the Climax to try to push damage? You did just refresh with 7. Your compression is fairly good, but I was able to rip a Climax out of your hand the previous turn, which was kind of nice, and so I do want to take advantage of the fact that I did that. The second issue here is that in order to mill 4 cards, I do need a brainstorm, and if I brainstorm here, then like there's a lot of like not empty spaces on the board, in which case like I basically can't combo. Yeah, like there's just nothing to summon.
Right, because you do have 2 back row that essentially want to be converted to attackers at some point.
Right, so I actually think that it might have been a misplay to not double counter, because if I double countered, I would have at least
the Mikumo.
Yeah, I would have lost 2 positions, but I would have saved the Kaname.
Yeah,
and then like I would have more empty spaces to play around. Like I could have like battling the Messer maybe.
And like on my end, I should have realized that was a counter, and I could have just summoned the bigger attacker here.
Right.
And that wouldn't have even given you option.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are. Ooh, you know. Oh, I do need to think about this. Oh, so I'm probably, so there is a line I have where I don't play the Climax, but I feel like this deck also like has such a high floor with like the cards and stuff like that I don't really mind like minusing, quote unquote minusing a turn with Climaxes. Like it doesn't feel bad per se.
And your top end is like so cheap anyways.
Yeah.
It really just matters about like the hand quality and not really how many.
So now the second question is like, what am I resting for the other part of this this brainstormer? Because it is a paid. Oh wait, it's a pay 1 brainstorm. Oh, if I'm just salvaging, it's only rest yourself. Okay, never mind.
If you want to burn, then...
Oh, we're being chilling then. Okay, I know exactly what to do. Alright, so I'm not gonna clock. I'm gonna move these 2 up.
Yep.
And then let's check the Climax of the win room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Wow. Why didn't I cancel? Alright, I'll go ahead and play Yami Reina. Music is desired. We're gonna go ahead and use her brainstorm effect. Pay 1. So brainstorm, for each one I hit, salvage 1. Hopefully I hit 2. No, I hit 1. Alright, so there's 1 in the waiting room still. Okay, so now he has, well, he doesn't have, you have 6 cards in hand. You do have a Climax and you have the second event. So you're pretty much set to go. So I don't really think I care about ripping cards at the this very next moment. But I mean, this deck just grabs this girl anyways. Like, I'll get you later, don't worry.
Yeah. Now you're assembling the future army.
The future army.
Of, like, tri-fielding, potentially.
We're gonna get 3 of them later to swing at you. And then, I think we're pretty happy just playing the Climax here for, like, just for, like, damage push. Because I do I don't want to be too far behind in damage. And then this way I can mill out the last card if it's clean as well. Okay, I think this seems pretty good to me. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and play a Climax for damage.
Okay.
And I'm bigger oh, actually, hold up, before I do that. I'm not bigger everywhere yet. I'm gonna have to do this to be bigger. Or we tie here, I think. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yep.
You're 2-5?
Yeah, I'm printed everywhere.
You're printed everywhere. Okay, yeah. So we do this so we tie on the Yami Machina lane.
Yeah, everything's turn. Your turn. Yeah.
That makes sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Alright. 1k1. We'll go ahead and let's front here. So we tie 1, 2, 3, trigger 4. That's 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, level. So let's get red.
Okay. Front attack here for 1, 2, trigger 4. A choice. Well, you know what has a soul trigger? Now, do I need stock or I don't think like this deck actually needs that much stock because my finisher heals the stock. So I'm just gonna grab this to hand.
I agree.
For 2 damage.
Yep.
All right, and then front attack here for 1, 2, trigger 4, 3.
1, 2, 3. Cancel.
Okay, on reverse, I'll go ahead.
It's not a time machine.
Oh, I need the Kaname on board. You're right. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I did have a Kaname I could have played, but it's fine. Not a big deal here.
Yeah, you still made use of your 2 back rows.
Actually, maybe it would be better for him to be on board, honestly. So I don't take too much damage on the following turn.
Taps forehead. All right, draw for turn. All right, what climax am I out? Ikenai borderline. Okay. Well, this was not super ideal as I only canceled once. I think the big draw for this particular build is you can compress really quickly, and then ideally you want to like double to triple cancel every turn, but obviously that still is just going to be a bunch of RNG. And you're going to feel really awkward when you don't like at least double cancel, you take a bunch of damage, and your deck is still really compressed. However, you can't really do your like climax combo shenanigans unless you have all these different names. So you're kind of incentivized to activate the Reina effect every turn anyways. And this is really where I think a lot of decision making has to come down, where do you think you actually need to climax combo, or is it better to just stay on a really compressed deck and see if you can't just cancel naturally some more? To be honest, it's a bit of a difficult question. I do hesitate to clock here because I'm already at 2-4. But at the same time, my hand is not necessarily equipped to do that much unless I am into the Reina line. But if we go into Reina, it should be pretty simple. I think if we can get one copy of Kaname's Climax Axia, we would be pretty decent. But since we are approaching level 3, I would prefer if we could start setting up our hand a bit more. One out. Cards in hand?
I have 6 cards in hand.
We're always going to play the event here, so we'll do that first. And just set up our memory permanently this time.
Are you sure you don't want to just hold it and
just wait until you...
Have me rip it off again?
You're going to rip every other card except my event. So 5, 10, 17. 6 and 17. Those are really stellar numbers. So what I'm thinking here is I'm either milling down to 5 or I'm brainstorming. If I brainstorm, there is the possibility of some low rolls here. if I mill down to 5, then for the most part, I think we'll just reset into next deck, and we'll see how the next set of cancels go. I think because I really want to play the standby this turn, I want to go for the corresponding climax combos as well. So we're going to activate the mill down to 5 here. So
Okay.
pay 1, rest Reina, mill down to 5. And we have Alive, Axia, Uncertain Cosmic Movement, and Econite Borderline. Okay, so we do have 4. Yeah, exactly 4 actually. So she does not kill herself.
How many climaxes are in win room now?
4.
Currently? Exactly 4. Oh wow. 5 in hand, 3 in.
God, okay. See, this is kind of the risk of like raw ripping it, but we kind of took that risk and well, it's here now. Okay, next we're gonna play over our 1-0 because we need the board slots.
Well, you could have just left it in background and standby over it. Same thing.
Oh, we could, yeah. And now let's just make sure that's 6.
6K.
The counter is 1-5, right?
There's no count. Sure.
Wait.
That's
Oh wait, that's the
the
brainstorm.
brainstorm, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just check your weight room.
The counter is 2-5 also.
Oh, the field counter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 1-1.
If I'm not mistaken, this attacks for 8-5. Okay, so we should be 5. Alright. Yeah, these should be fine. Okay. So now we're gonna play the standby. And I'll standby out a copy of the 3/2 Freya Hayato. Hayate. Hayato's combat butler. Okay.
Wait. Combat
That's
Butler is
also
Hayate.
Hayate.
Exactly. Would you like to mill?
Yes, I would like to mill here.
Okay.
And it is a 0, so it will go back to hand if you run it.
Mhm.
And I'm refreshing with 7, missing one of the choices.
Yep.
Alright, got that.
I'll tap.
Alright, refresh. Oh, refresh penalty. Oh, it's a 0, that's a red, that I want yellow. It's going there. Perfect.
Okay. So we're going to front. Climax combo with...
Front?
What?
Do you want a
What?
front?
Oh wait, it activated the effect. Sorry, side.
Okay.
Yeah. And too many things on my mind. Climax combo with Axia. And I'm going to summon the Kaname here.
Okay.
And trigger for door.
Mhm.
Salvage a copy of my 3/2 Freya.
Yep.
And that's for
1 damage. 1 damage. Cancel.
Okay.
Oh, you said it, yeah.
Yeah. Next, I'll front. This is 6k.
Mm-hmm. So
Climax
we're
combo.
tied.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll summon a copy of the 2/0 Mikumo.
Mhm.
Trigger for 1.
This would be for 1.
Mhm.
Take the 1. Let's get reversed.
Finally, direct attack. Choice. What am I trigger choice first? Now it makes things awkward. Okay. I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna grab another copy of the Freya to hand with the choice here
That'll be for 2 damage.
for 2.
1 and 2. Take the 2. Alright, Encore
Oh,
step.
actually, oh my god.
This goes to waiting room. Encore step.
And I messed up. Hold on.
Hmm?
Can I take it back? I need to stock here.
Oh, sure, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I forgot that the timings don't work, and I can't 3 stock encore to pay out the climaxes.
Right, you cannot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna stock the 2/0.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah, I had in my mind the line that like I would sum the 6K here, and then since I had 3 climaxes and 5 cards, I would crash. But then like I realized that I'm not playing normal Weiss this game.
Yeah, this is not.
This is just another part of just not being a bit green with the deck. You know, these are things that I didn't quite realize. Okay, so I stock there, and then I activate Climax combo to stack and salvage 2.
Yep.
So we're going to salvage the 3/2 Freya, Dark Yami Freya, and the 3/2 Freya finisher. I think. Actually, no. I'm going to grab a copy of 2-1 Bouncer, because this keeps my options open. The 2-1 Bouncer allows me to discard a card on play to salvage any character. So if I get stuck at level 2 next turn, I can play this and go back into my level 1 combos. But if I go to level 3, then this can turn into a copy of my healer as well. So we'll salvage these 2.
Okay.
And then the brainstorm activates, and I refresh, and there are 5 showing.
Okay, 5 showing, and then there's 2 in the
correct
stock, yeah. So probably 1 left in the deck that you didn't trigger, which is probably good for you. So going back with 6, and then how many cards in your hand? 7 now?
7.
Full 7. Okay. Well, encore. This one goes away.
Yeah, and again, because everything activates at the start of encore. Any characters that you get reversed on don't actually go back.
Which is normally a good thing.
Which is normally a good thing. So now this goes to waiting room. Okay, your go.
Alright, stand and draw. Okay. So I would love to see a climax here. I think seeing a climax would give me a pretty good line to go for. But if not, that's also not the worst thing. So let's go ahead and clock. Let's go ahead and clock the Scarlet Noble Freya, and I'll draw 2. Okay, so I did not see a climax, which means I have to go for the other line that I thought about. Okay, do I want to brainstorm here? I do need to start getting copies of my finisher into hand at some point.
Yeah, gotta improve the hand quality.
Yeah. And I have 7, so there's a pretty good chance you're gonna go up to level 3 here. And I'm wondering if I should take this opportunity to try to decrease your hand quality again. Let's see. So this is 2/5. This is 3K. So the Mikumo onboard already contests 1 of the lanes. The other idea I have here is that maybe I just want to like burn brainstorm. Just to like continue to like put some pressure. Because again, like I'm looking at my hand and like I'm kind of chilling in a lot of ways. So let's try this. So we're gonna go ahead and play a Yami Machina. We're gonna go ahead and where's my dice? Okay.
All right. Are we gonna do this with a 7-card hand?
2 dice.
Wait, what?
What?
You can never roll 1 then.
Oh, never roll 1.
And the probabilities are different.
Do you have a D10?
No. Wow, this is truly Weiss Schwarz problems.
We will. I'll just choose the first one.
Yeah,
and then we'll,
that's fine.
Yeah, and then we'll D6 for the second one.
All right, so go ahead and choose 1.
I'll choose this one to rip for the first one. Rip your 2/1.
Okay. 1,
And
2,
then
3,
we're gonna
4,
play the
5,
second
6.
Yami Machina, and this one will be a D6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This one.
Okay, that's one of my finishers.
Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good rips there.
How do they do it in Yu-Gi-Oh if they have
more than 7? I don't know. They have like I have no idea. Maybe it's like maybe they do 1 to 5, and if they roll a 6. Oh, no, that doesn't work either. That's not equal probability. Okay, so now that we're here, I think we're gonna go ahead and brainstorm. So this is gonna be using the burn brainstorm.
Yep, there's a tap.
So for every climax I hit, or for
burn X.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Burn 1.
Okay, burn 1. Oh, what a good brainstorm.
That was so good. Okay, yeah, that was hot. All right. And I think for the last lane, I'm gonna go ahead and play this Super Dimension Witch Kaname. So when she gets sent from field to waiting room, I can look at up to 3 to try to grab a climax. I think for me right now, since I don't have a climax in hand, I want to attack with this, let it die, and then potentially help me get a climax because I have cards in my hand that can give me other cards. So, I think.
So are we just reversing one character here, or
You're 2/5 here, right?
Oh wait, no, she gets power. Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
so
you're
she
good.
gets during my turn she gets plus 1.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. So should be good for like this. And 2 in the waiting room. Yeah, I think we're chilling. Okay, we're gonna go ahead into attacks. We're gonna direct here for 3.
1, 2, 3.
For 3.
3. 1, 2, 3. Cancel.
Okay, front attack here for 1. Trigger 4. 1 and a door. I will go ahead and salvage. I think here we're gonna have to start salvaging the level 3. So we're gonna go grab a level 3 Mikumo.
Yeah, that's good.
For 1. And front attack here for
No trigger. No trigger.
1.
No trigger.
Well, that's a door. Go
Okay,
ahead and
trigger.
Grab a Mikumo, another Mikumo.
The finisher.
Yeah, the finisher, and that's for 1.
That's good.
All right, go ahead.
All right. What are we doing with this hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 in deck. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I'm going to 3-stock my Kaname.
Okay.
The idea here is that because he ripped my 2/1, I no longer have the option of just easily grabbing another copy of the 1/0. Furthermore, if I 3-stock here, it allows me to pay out both Climaxes, so I have a good refresh next turn. Stand and draw. Alright, so let's see. First, we'll play a copy of Fly Walker to see if we can draw a Climax. Next, we'll play a copy of Fly Walker to see if we can draw a Climax. Next, we'll pay 1 to mill down to 5.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Jitterish Beginner, Econite Borderline, Love Halation, Axia. So we have 4 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So here we're actually going to push up our Freya and Hayate because we do have. Do we have?
Do you have alive?
Here we're not going to push up our. Let me double check. Nope. Okay.
Well.
It's fine.
Mike was like so excited.
I was like, oh, I'm so high rolling.
So...
You know, we're just yeah, it's whatever. Okay. Anything else I want to do here? No, I think that's it. Okay. Just double check. I have. Just triple check everything, and then I have a 1-0 and a 2-0. Okay. 1K1 on the correct. Yeah, shouldn't matter. Okay, 1K1.
Yeah.
Would you like to mill?
You're bigger. Do I want to mill? Do I? I don't think it matters here. I'm not gonna mill.
Okay. Then I will front attack. Climax combo with Axia. Summon a copy of 1-0 Kaname. Trigger for 2.
Oh, sorry. How big were you?
7. Oh, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, sorry.
My bad.
7 here. This is like 8-5 usually.
That'll
right?
be 9-5 with 1K1.
9-5 with 1.1. So 7, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, I keep forgetting about those field counters.
So this is 3-5.
3-5. Oh, so 6 with 1,
We double-
8-5 with
so-
2. So you'll get over
yeah.
with. Tie with 1. Get over with 2.
We get over. Do I
Get a direct lane there.
Do I want to get over here? I lose a back row, but it doesn't like back row here doesn't matter at all, honestly.
That might matter if you want to tap 2 Brainstorm next turn, right?
Well, that's true.
I need to stop giving you this option.
Just I mean, it's like I like either sack 2 to save 1. It's basically, do I want the direct versus do I want like this for later?
Well, you're losing the 3 characters anyways.
Yeah. So it's like
But, like, would
it's
you-
like, do I keep this or do I keep this effectively, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I think I'd rather keep this. Yeah. So this for.
It has 2 soul because or what?
Oh, I mean, I could like once I play 3s and if I'm not dead, like
It's a-
protecting 3s is a lot better.
Okay, so that'll be for 2.
2. Okay. 1
Wait,
and
wait.
Wait. What?
what?
You put it back. You have 5 cards in deck?
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry, for 2.
I cancel.
Okay. Front attack.
Yeah, go ahead.
Climax combo. For 2.
1 and 2. I'll take the 2.
Front attack. For 2.
1 and 2. Cancel.
Okay.
Interesting.
Start of Encore. Sack the Climax. Salvage 2. Off of Econite Borderline. Here,
Oh god.
we're gonna grab a copy of Yami Freya. Oh god, I have so many cards coming back. Wait, okay, so I have one there. I'm getting these 2 back. I'm grabbing that, discarding this probably. But what if?
What goes around comes around.
I'll salvage these 2.
Sure.
And then refresh.
Yep.
And then at the end of turn, so I don't.
Well, let
wait,
me-
so I still discard, right?
Yeah.
You discard at the end.
End. So this is start of end phase,
correct.
and then I discard at the end phase.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Basically, you are never allowed to pass your turn with more than 7.
Yeah,
there's
sounds
no
good.
there's no ruling for that.
Okay.
Like no timing about.
Okay.
Well, let me resolve my encore effect
Yeah.
first. So on death.
Yep.
So let's see. So I'm going to draw for turn. If I want to the climax to go back, I can only look at 2 cards if I don't clock. Okay, I'm going to look at up to 2 here. So 1 and 2. Ooh, that's lit. That's hot. All right. Okay. Now, the problem now is I have like a bajillion climaxes here. So like, how do I get those out? While playing this climax while milling down. Oh gosh, this is so hard. So I triggered on the last 2 attacks, so I just need to pay 2. To pay 2. To pay 2. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay, well, we will grab the climax, I think. Yeah, we'll grab the climax, and then we'll discard. Let's go ahead and discard a economy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now I get back these 2, and I'll pitch these 2.
Okay. Alright, and my turn. Stand
Okay.
and draw for turn. Alright, so I'm not gonna clock. Oh, there you are. I forgot I ran you. Alright, so I need to pay 2 stock and try to combo this turn. And ideally, I would like to also field the Mikumo on board to get the mill. Although I can just summon the Mikumo at the end to get the mill, which I think is what I'm gonna go for. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Let me think. So I can go for another hand rip, or I could go for a bounce and bounce this to your hand. I feel like that might be better because you've been kind of sitting on it for a while, and like it's just gonna be a natural part of your final turn. Whereas if I bounce it to your hand, it does mean that you have a lot less resources to work with. I think that might be better because like a hand rip is just 1 card in hand, but this is going to force you to pay 2 stock, and stock is definitely a little bit more tight on stock, I think.
Yeah, I have 6.
Yeah, so I believe the bounce is going to be better. So what I'm going to go for here is I'm going to go ahead and play a Scarlet Noble Freya. On play, I can put a card from my hand into the waiting room. We'll just go ahead and discard this Mikumo to salvage the 2/1 bouncer. And then we're going to play the 2/1 bouncer. So on play, pay 1, and then put a card from my hand into my waiting room. Let's go ahead and discard the Freya to grab anything I want. So, I could go for a minus soul counter. This might play nicely with the this might play nicely with your mochas because then like there's a good chance I don't like. Well, if you mocha for 3, if you try mocha 3, I can minus it down to 2, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna grab the minus soul counter here, and then we're gonna send this from stage to waiting room to bounce the 3/2 to your hand.
Yep.
That's pretty good. And then we're going to so this is just 2k power. With the climax, will be 3. So that's fine. And then we'll play Economy. And then the Economy is just gonna summon out a Mikumo. So not a very, I'm not like plussing a ton off of this combo, but like I have enough.
I mean, at this point, the name of the game is just refresh well, push for damage, set up your hand for next turn.
Exactly, yeah.
And
so
you're doing all of those.
I'm in a good position in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and play the Climax. All right. So let's go ahead and front attack here first. So this will be for 1/2, trigger for 3. Alright, front attack with Economy. We're gonna go ahead and summon out a Mikumo. Just making sure that's the right one. Nothing else I could possibly do. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, and this will be for 1/2, trigger 4, 3 damage. And then front attack with the Mikumo, trigger 1/2, trigger 4, 2 damage.
1, 2. 2's good.
Okay.
Level. 2 color deck, so it doesn't really matter what we're leveling here. Okay. How many we're doing?
All 8.
Okay. Stand and draw. Cards in hand?
4 cards in hand.
It's about to be a lot less. Alright, it's my turn on the Xbox. But before we get a bit too hasty, let's just plan out the rest of our turn so we don't make any execution errors. 3/5, 3/2. He's gonna mill the last card. Is there any reason why I can't go for everything? I guess the stock issue. If I want to rip a bunch of cards from its hand, I'm not really going to have the stock, eh? Yeah. So my goal here is to heal down to 3-0, rip a bunch of cards from Simu's hand, and just swing 3 times, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay. I definitely don't want to bounce anything. Yeah. Okay, so no clock.
Okay.
On play. Give me the dice.
Here's your dice. Alright. So
Yeah, if it's 5 or 6, we'll just reroll,
yeah,
yeah?
so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Alright, so 2.
You hit my
That did nothing. We're not done though.
Okay.
We're gonna play over
Oh sure.
the 1/1 with our 2/1. On play, we can discard a card from my hand. To salvage a character. And we'll do it again.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Let me try to.
Oh sure.
Okay,
6.
6.
Hi. You got the Yami Freya.
So do you just have 2 finishers then? Okay, next we're gonna play healer. I'm play heal. And then we're gonna play Economy Climax Rize on death of our own. I think. Let me actually check that I can't kill everything. Can I even kill everything? Oh jeez. So that's 3. So this kills this. Oh my god, that's 2k. And that's also JC. Alright, you're gonna have a card, I guess. Whatever.
Ooh. Exciting.
Alright, you can have the Kaname Kashira?
Kashira?
Yeah, I mean I can just cipher 1.
True.
I think this is probably acceptable. Okay, attack phase.
Okay, I will go ahead and mill.
Yeah.
Going back with all 8. What?
That's thrown funny.
Alright, I have a 2-card hand. What am I gonna do with it?
See, this is why you're playing a cheap finisher.
That's true.
Yeah, it's because of the The mirror, clearly.
Clearly, yes. Clearly, the mirror is the one thing that I should be worried about. All right, refresh penalty.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and level. It does not matter at all. Let's go level a Riki.
All right. Let's slide here.
Okay.
Choice. Choice to stock.
Cancel.
Yep. Front attack. 3k. Oh god.
Oh, interesting.
I do not want this. I'm gonna grab a counter for myself.
Okay. For what?
For 1.
Cancel. Cancel. I wanted that.
I'll side.
Okay.
I really don't want you to get another hand, so... Except for 1.
Time for 1. Take the 1.
Okay. There you go.
Alright, these are standing. This one goes to the waiting room. I will draw for turn. Yu-Gi-Oh! That's not the white. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I just realized I should have counted. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. It's fine. Actually, maybe it didn't matter. Okay. Climaxes in the waiting room.
2.
Why did you hit the Yami Freya? That made me more than combo, dude. When you hit the Yami Freya, I was like, I wanted the Yami Freya so badly. Oh gosh, that's so annoying. All right, I'll clock the climax swap. Draw 2.
He drew 2 cards and looked at them.
You trigger twice, 2 in waiting room, 4 in cards in hand.
5. 5 in hand.
Oh, you only have 5 now.
Correct.
Oh.
I minus this turn.
Oh, you only have 5. That's quite interesting. Quite an interesting number that you only have 5. You minus a bajillion this turn.
Are we going to?
That's so interesting.
Do we go again?
That's so interesting. I need to think about this. If I can hit you down to 3, I think that's pretty valuable. So it would require me to hit this brainstorm with a Yami Machina in waiting room. That might be a little difficult. There's one in clock. I don't think I can play Yami Machina and heal that one off with the number of cards in hand unless I hit a ton. So I think the play here... Okay, I think I know what the play here is. I'm going to go ahead and use the Burn Brainstorm first. I'll go ahead and use the Burn Brainstorm, pay 1, I'll rest these 2. And we'll go ahead and mill. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missing there is actually probably better than anything else. Because now
you
this
get
has a
to
higher chance
actually hit cards.
So now I'm going to go ahead and play over the Yami Machina with the Mikumo. Pay 2. Oh, there's one there. Perfect. I will go ahead and ditch this Kaname, heal the stock. And then I will go ahead and normal brainstorm.
If he hits 2.
On this one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hit 1. Okay.
Okay. Grab
a hand up.
Let's see here. Now the question is, do I want to... Oh man, what am I trying to do here? Am I trying to play both and then... Well, I guess the Yami Machina can kill the Yami Machina. This can kill this one. And I guess... Do we just attack with... I guess we can attack with the Mikumo and leave a Yami Machina back row. And that will potentially be able to protect the Mikumo. Because that is quite big if I do it that way. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and then... Yu-Gi-Oh!
Here's the dice.
No, I have a dice.
Oh, okay. One for each of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6 reroll. Okay.
Yeah, Exodia here.
Exodia. 6 reroll. 3. 1, 2, 3. This one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reroll.
Yeah.
This is the part where you hit his Dark Freya.
Alright, reroll.
What? This one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
All
okay.
right, this is fine. This is playable. All right, and then I will. Let's see here. I guess I. Ooh, do I want to crash? No, I don't want to crash the Yami Machina. Well, actually, well, I want to crash if I want to kill. You have 4 cards in hand now.
3.
Oh, you have 3
I
cards
have
in
5.
hand.
Now I have 3.
Okay, so I definitely want to crash everything, so I cut you off as many cards as I possibly can. And I also don't really want to give you a side attack opportunity here either. I'm kind of sad I can't crash this Kaname. I technically, but I have to reverse everything. Yeah, okay, we just do it this way. This is fine. I guess technically this is probably more fine. Right. Front.
Once.
Oh, tax it?
Oh no, on front.
You have a effect?
I might want to direct.
Oh!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Climaxes out?
What are we doing?
Like 2?
No, I have 1, 2, 3, 3.
3.
1,
Oh my goodness.
2, 3. Yeah, 3 comes in.
So he swing for 2 plus trigger. The middle can potentially be a 3. I have 4 climaxes. Yeah, I'll sack it.
Okay.
I just want the higher chance of
Yeah,
canceling
so this will be for 2. Trigger for 2 and a door. I will go ahead and salvage. I think we need to go for a normal healer because my hand is just so low that like I feel like a not normal healer might be hard to play.
I mean, you're getting back 2 cards next
I'm
turn.
getting back 2 cards, but I'm probably gonna be playing the counter to try to live. I don't. Yeah, I think I mean. Yeah, I think a normal healer is fine.
Okay,
we'll
so
grab
that's
one.
for 2.
Oh, for 2 damage.
Cancel.
We'll go ahead and direct attack here for 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well now we can get the Mikumo healer.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
3's good.
Front here for 1.
Yeah.
Trigger 4.
Oh my goodness. Sheesh.
Sorry, you're gonna have to bleep that out, Randall.
Oh.
How do I triple cancel
Randall looks at
here?
the time frame.
How do I triple cancel here? Like really? Are you kidding me? Yo. That was a choice too. Oh, I should have salvaged the brainstorm. I totally forgot I needed the brainstorm in this deck. The top 3 brainstorm. Wait, is it even in here? It's not even in here. Never mind. Nothing could have happened. Gosh, dang it. Let's just grab the bouncer. This can be anything.
Okay.
For 1.
Yeah, cancel.
Okay.
On death,
All right.
I'll activate the effect of Kaname. Right? Axia, Ikanai, Alive, Shooterish. That is neither, but this is a double name, so we'll grab that and pitch this.
Okay. Start of the end of the turn. These come back to my hand.
Yep. All right, good.
Yes.
Draw for turn. Refreshing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ikanai. So I can just pale the Ikanai and then I'll just be good. Okay. Wait, Alive was in here, right? Or was it not? Did I trigger Alive too? Oh no, Alive was here. Okay. There you go. Refresh. Alright. Given that, pretty sure this is final turn. I think we're gonna clock. Well, I guess, what am I looking for realistically? Next turn I'm getting back a counter and a 3-2. He has a counter as well. I have a healer here. So really, I'm just looking to see if I can find a life then, isn't it? Really, that's what we're looking at. Well, given that it's final turn, I just want to give myself more options, so we'll clock.
Okay.
Play that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna play Kaname, and then play Yami Freya.
Okay.
On tap Kaname, and then you choose one. The rest go back.
Sure. That's fine. Okay.
Alright, next we're gonna play down our Hayato Freya.
Okay.
Hayate. my Hayato. And then finally, we're gonna activate the
Super brainstorm.
the Mill 5.
No alive.
Jitters, love, forbidden. No alive.
No alive.
No alive.
Champ.
It's not. We still could potentially if we trigger a life, we can pay it out, and then we can get it. But we'll have to attack with this last. So we'll see.
Well,
So it's not over yet. We don't have the climax for this climax combo, but we have a chance. Yeah. Okay. So we have these 4.
okay.
Positions. God, I hate this. He has a minus soul counter, and that it also sacks. Oh my goodness. So let's see. We definitely need to attack here first, because if we trigger the choice, we want to give ourselves the option of paying it out with the Freya. So where would be the lane that would inconvenience him the most? Power on that?
9k, it's just base.
Okay. This is too much. This is such a headache. I stick. What if I attack here first? Front for 3. That way you can't remove it from a lane to open up the direct. And if the 3 sticks you have 3 forward, then I have really good numbers. Theoretically. On Q1.
Okay.
Prepare front.
Okay. Let me think about this. That's really annoying. Ah, that's really annoying. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Fine's fine, yeah.
So we'll trigger for 3.
So 4/4.
Oh, 4. It has. Yeah. I forgot it's 3 so.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
Side, climax combo.
Side. Oh,
Pay 1, discard 1. Top check 3.
sure. Wait, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it on a live? Okay.
Alright.
Oh. Okay.
Side choice.
Wait. Oh, okay. Wait, that doesn't make. Okay, well, I mean...
Can I just cipher 2 next attack? And then you die?
Oh, it's 2. Oh, it's a 1. Okay, yeah.
I guess I should just actually grab something. Side?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 0.
Okay.
Now side for 2.
Yeah, that's game then.
Yeah.
I'm so sad when I trigger 3 climaxes! Oh my god. That was going so well until that happened. Yikes. Yeah, maybe I should have counted. No, but counting the first attack just doesn't. I don't know. It's so rough. Like,
I would definitely not have countered
no,
the first attack.
I don't think counting first attack.
I
makes
think
any
if you
sense,
if you cancel the 4, then you were really favored.
Yeah, I'm really favored. Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. I think like a lot of stuff went wrong for me at the end, like triggering the 3 climaxes, getting the Yami ripped from my hand. Like it's fine. It was out of my control. I think I played that to about as good as I could have.
I think you definitely cooked that game for sure. Not only with the game, with the lines, but also with the deck list. But yeah, what a game.
That was really fun.
Yeah, that was.
I really had a lot of fun.
That was a really good time.
So
either of you want to guess the time on the video right now?
136.
I'll go up, higher.
It's like 123.
Oh, okay, should be lower. All right.
But yeah, well, first of all, as one of the deck profile features, I'm happy that we actually got to showcase almost all that the Link deck has to offer.
With a
little help from our good friend Simu. This is a 2-player game.
Yeah.
By our powers combined, we get 2 minutes in.
Yeah. You put 1 in, I put 1 in. Yeah.
Yeah.
The best part of this game was the realization. literally, like you both just realized at the same time.
Yeah,
Like,
we're both talking about like, wait, he can rip one of my events and I can't use it.
Well, no, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking Climax Brainstorm, and then I ripped the event, and then you were putting. I'm like, wait, don't you?
Yeah.
Like that's not me.
like literally, like left the table for like 10 seconds.
The realization was so good. It was so euphoric. I don't know if there was any other deck with any other card that would have made me as happy. At level 1. Oh, it's in memory now. Oh, but yeah, I mean, like, obviously, I had the event in the first place, so I was kind of like a bit of compression, basically, is what it amounted to, by not needing to use a stock that turn. But, yeah, despite going second, which I do think, especially for the Link deck, is a very big weakness, because of its weakness to getting soul rushed. We were able to stabilize and just basically do the normal game plan of Kaname, Miku no Mikumo every turn. I do think that I had one very big misplay that I really regretted, and that was the turn after you ripped the event and the standby. And I salvaged the 2-1 stock charger. And that was kind of just a... I didn't really give it that much more thought, but if I had given it more consideration, I should have realized that since I'm playing a standby that game, I was not going to have the back row slot for the 2-1, nor would I have needed the stock because I cheated out a 3-2 in the first place. So I should have salvaged something like the 2-1 bouncer instead, which would just allow me to get more flexibility in terms of responding to Simu's plays. If he decided to hand rip me again, I could just fix my hand based on whatever the situation called for. And that 2-1 ended up being a very limiting card in my hand later down the line when he ripped other cards. And I was like, okay, well, this card doesn't do anything because I just want to park my 3-2 in the back row, and the other back row has to be the Brainstorm. So that was a big mistake there. And then obviously the when you had the field counters up, I just didn't really play around them, and optimal play, I should have just thought about them more. It did potentially give Simu some more outs to his unfavorable situations. But outside of that, I think this deck performed fairly well in terms of just at least the operation. Coming up, we are going to be featuring a deck that mainlines the Hayate Freya finisher, which is by all accounts a lot more offensive, but it is a bit more of a resource crunch as they do need a 1-1 specific support, thus not allowing us to play the 2-1 stock charger back row. But overall, I do think this was a fairly nice a showcase of what the Link deck is all about. what about you? What are your initial thoughts on this deck?
All right, so I built this yesterday night at like 11, and I tweaked it just earlier. So this is very fresh. Like I haven't played with this set before. I haven't really built with this before. So let me know. You can trust me in the kitchen, boys. that was really fun. I think. Okay, so my theory with this deck is that Machina is a really powerful and impactful card, which we got to see in this game. I ripped 6 cards out of Mike's hand, and although it didn't completely stop his turns, and my hits were like kind of like medium. Like I hit. Usually it would be like 1 good card and like 1 meh card on my hits, but it does limit your options, which I think is what the whole point of this card is to limit, not to just like completely like.
Yeah, you know what it is though too. It's also like, because we talked about this in the box opening, where once you get the link set up, you only actually need 1 Kaname and any Climax, right? So theoretically, against the link deck, it's actually really easy for them to get out of your hand rips, as long as they just have this plus any Climax.
Right.
So I do feel that in regular matchups, it actually might be more impactful because normal Climax combos, you would need multiple level 1s and the Climax. And if you're missing any one of those multiple pieces, then your own entire turn becomes a lot less impactful, right? So I think if anything, it could actually be a lot stronger against something that's not this.
I agree. And I think what makes the Machina work in this deck is actually surprisingly the Mikumo level 0. Because this card just stays around for forever, it means that I don't actually have to like care about like my field quality as long as I have cards to attack with. In this matchup, this card also is crazy because it just beats over Kaname. In other matchups, maybe this has to like crash later on or something like that. But it does mean that like this deck has the ability to like not really lose out on hand. And throughout the course of the game, I was never in a situation where I felt like my next turn was unplayable. I had to pass clocking twice because I was hit naturally to X6. I was hit naturally to 1/6 and 2/6 with very little cards in deck. Usually, in a lot of decks I play, that's like the rest of my game is horrible because I needed a clock and I didn't have the resources. But this game I felt fantastic. Just never really needed a clock to like have playables. Just wanted to like get more like better quality cards. So I do think this Mikumo being just so resource cheap of a finisher does help me. And like I'm not worried about my end game because it's like 1 of this plus a Climax is like 3, potentially another 3. It feels really good. This level 1 combo is also very resource light. As you can see, I didn't really even completely plus. I never did like Kaname Messer at all this game.
Yeah, and that's kind of because you're already plus on board.
Right. So that is a bit of like an anti-synergy where like you're plussing so much on Mikumo that your Kaname combos aren't the best. But I just did want to feature this to show off like what does Kaname look like without the whole link package. It's still pretty playable. Although, like, personally, I don't know if I would play this package because of how good Mikumo is.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that there is some value in particularly the 2-0, especially if you have the game plan of just having a couple of turns in the game where you rip their hand and attack with these field counters. What you could do is just have a Kaname in the back row, have a Brainstorm in the other back row, and then you could just kind of farm with this over multiple turns, and you're not super... you're not... You don't feel like you need to slam a 1k1 every turn because this is getting you value, and also your hand rippers are 2 soul. So I did like that part of the synergy between the cards that you played.
Yeah,
so.
I do want to feature one more thing about this deck for people who want to try playing Kaname combo without the link package. In this deck, because you don't have the super brainstorm, deck speed is a bit of an issue, but that's why I did play 2 copies of Music as Love Reina. It didn't come up in this game, but you saw how much stock I was working with, a bunch of stock. If I had this card at any point in the game, I just never got it, but whenever I played a Climax, in this situation, you can bounce her to hand to get the +1 from herself, and then the pay 1 Amagi effect to get another +1, and then you can summon off of the Kaname with the Messer. So this is like a really one-shot easy way to like get all your hand back. I did wish I saw this at any point in the game.
And probably one of the weaknesses would be the actual hand quality, right?
Right.
Where it worked out okay this game, but if you look at the cards on paper, your Kanames don't give you any selective hand advantage. And because you're ripping so many cards with the 1/1, it's like, at some point you do need to get some selective advantage going. So maybe if you played the door level 1 combo, and that just lets you salvage or top trick 4 at 1, maybe that would work a bit better.
Yeah, my utility suite at level 0 is pretty extensive. I'm currently on, let's see here. I was on 2 salvage, 2 of this, 1 drop search, 1 Rico. But I think moving forward, I would probably just play more copies of these cards. Stock is not an issue, and I just want to be able to get specific cards into my hand. Yeah.
The concept is here, and I think there's a lot of cooking to be done still, but we definitely saw the potential of one of the only ways to disrupt your opponent's hand in the entire game. So hopefully this gave you a lot of inspiration. We've never featured this piece of equipment before on the channel, so yeah.
All right, my favorite card. Got an outro with this.
Yep. Where's mine? My one copy. My one copy,
cards.
like probably won me the game.
And saved you the game because if I had Navi Frey at that turn, you would probably be cooked.
Yeah. All right, that does it for our very long yet very, very fun gameplay video. Coming up, we are going to have another Macross Delta gameplay video coming up. So, hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, this has been Mike and Randall on the Tressa.
Randall?
Mike and Simu.
Randall?
Sorry, Simu. I literally, when I went to the outro, I literally just started autopiloting. Like, mind empty, just like, I have spoken these words thousands of times.
We'll get you a break before the next game. All right.
All right. Take these guys, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.